You are worthy of all of your manifestations, all of your dreams, whatever you were thinking when you're driving down the road in your little cute car with the wind blowing in your hair and the music in your ears, whatever it is that you are visualizing or daydreaming, you are worthy of those things now. Okay. There has been so much focus on ourselves in the sense that we must work on ourselves all day, all night, work, dig up all of our shit. Just it's gotten to be so much energy focused on all of the things that are wrong with us versus focusing on what has gone right. All of the things in our life that have gone right up until this point. Okay. That is the energetic shift that is happening right now. We are all shifting away from needing to know every little crevasse of everything that's wrong with us. Here's the thing, we're human, we're not perfect. We are not supposed to, like I said, know everything about us. We're just not. There is an easier way forward. Okay. That is the collective message for you guys. If you're new here, hi, I'm Anna Grace Newell, your host of AG University podcast, clairvoyant, medium, Akashic Records practitioner, all the things. And I've already set the container to channel our higher selves collectively so that maybe you walk away today with a perspective shift or a little boost of energy, because that's how I feel whenever I get done recording these podcasts. So, AG University, a school of the cosmos, a school of intuition, and we are connecting with ourselves today. Let's get into it. Okay. That is the biggest message that I've been channeling, is that there is an easier way. Okay. There is a way. You're always going to get to wherever it is that you are hoping to get to. There is an easier way. So that is the kind of collective energy that's coming in, is flow, and letting go, letting go, letting go. And the reason that you're having a hard time right now letting go is because, and I'm guilty of this too. Okay. I'm not yelling at you. I'm never yelling at you. I'm aggressively rooting for you because I believe in you and I love you. Okay. But the reason that you're having a hard time letting go is because you're so busy looking on all these outside systems. Like everyone's telling you, you should do this. You're looking at these creators. We are inundated with so much noise. Okay. So much noise is constantly coming. We're getting criticism from, people, family members, whatever. I am in a season of my life where all the things that I'm working towards, I am being a little bit more private, not because I'm worried that somebody's going to, take my idea or send me bad energy. No, what's meant for me, what's meant for you, that's God's plan, period. God's got us. Okay. But I just don't really want any feedback. I just don't want as much noise. Okay. There is so much noise right now happening in maybe your life, maybe people around you. I don't know, whatever it is. That's just what I'm picking up on right now, is the noise. Okay. And if we were to turn down the noise, we actually have all the information. I went on a walk this morning. I went to the beach, walked for 15 minutes, no AirPods, no phone, no social media, no nothing. And I was like, wow, it's so easy to focus all of our energy on, kind of like manipulating and controlling all these things. Like, how many different ways can I slice and dice my day and control this and control that, and like listen to other people? And, you're on YouTube and you're getting advice from people who maybe are doing the things that you want. Yes, number one, you always want to take advice from people who at least are doing the thing that you are aspiring to do, right? You don't want to be taking advice from someone who is not doing any of those things because they don't know. They haven't lived it yet. That's okay. Maybe they want to help, but blessings, we got to just stay the course. We need to take advice from people who are living in our, reality or timeline, or maybe they have something that you're striving for. It's amazing to be inspired by them. But at the end of the day, when I went on my walk, I had a couple things come through that I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes it is so simple. We really do overcomplicate. It is this simple. Like, you know, I had two, I'll give you two examples because I teach best through examples, but I do still think this is a collective message for everyone. So I was driving home from Miami. I went on a cruise last week. It was actually a work event that I was invited to, and I'm going to share more on that. But I went on an MSC cruise, and I had to drive to and from Miami because it obviously, what am I trying to say? Cruises out of ports out of what is the correct term? Cruises out of Port Miami. So that's about a 5-hour drive, and on the drive, I do all kinds of things. Okay. Hacks, tips, everybody tune in. I make really good use of my time when I have a just 5-hour road trip. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I start doing some tapping. I start subconsciously tuning in to my nervous system, to my subconscious mind, and I start to reprogram and tap. You can do it while you're driving. And I still have a hand on the wheel. Like I just kind of gently will maybe tap my face, and you're still looking at the road. It's not too distracting, I don't think. You could keep both hands on the wheel if you're really a cautious driver and just say some affirmations, start talking out loud to your higher self. Driving for me is a portal because there's something a little hypnotic about just staring at the road. It's almost like you get your brain into this very gentle, malleable state. And so I'm doing my subconscious reprogramming. I'm just doing all the things. I'm manifesting, I'm listening to music, I'm singing, I'm dancing. I'm just keeping the vibes high because I'm like, I'm going to use this time wisely, right? So, as I'm talking out loud, I am working on a few projects, which I've been telling you guys about, and I had to hire an attorney because just for legal reasons. And I realized in that moment, the universe, my little Akashic Records angels, higher self, whatever you want to call it, I received this message that's like, girl, you are manifesting forward momentum on this project, but you haven't emailed your attorney back in 10 days. I had been traveling, I'd been busy. I went to Santa Fe, came home, was packing, going to the cruise. They're like, girl, how are we supposed to send you the next step when you won't even email the attorney back? Because the attorney email was, it was like a really long form that needed to be filled out for some of my LLC and just a lot of legal jargon. Honestly, I don't even want to explain it to you guys because it's boring and I won't explain it correctly. But I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Like sometimes we are in this phase of being like, I'm ready, universe. I'm ready to manifest all the money. And they're like, first of all, if we send you all this money, do you have any systems in place to process the money? Do you know how to pay the taxes on the money? Do you have a bookkeeper? Do you have like anybody that's looking at the money? Do you monitor your own money? Do you look at your bank account? You want a new house, but like, have you fixed up your old house? Like, is it ready? Do you have any systems to support the manifestation? And I am a spiritual girly. I really do believe anything is possible. Miracles are possible. Yes, yes, yes. But I do believe in taking intentional steps, creating systems and healthy habits to support the highest version of you. So that's kind of where I'm just going to give us all a good old swift throat punch today, myself included, because the universe is like, you're so excited about this project and you're manifesting the next phase. And I'm asking, like, when is it happening? And I'm ready. And what are the next steps? And I wonder what it looks like. And la, 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 la. And they're like, first things first, email your attorney back. And I'm like, oh, yep. I kind of forgot about that. And I'm a fairy unicorn mermaid princess. I don't really like doing a lot of technologically advanced paperwork, all the hard admin stuff of a business. Okay. But you know what? That's like editing. Earlier, before I got on the mic, I was trying to figure out how to do this, download this new software. Like that stuff, it's tricky for me, but I can't just float around in the ocean all day. Wish I could, but I'm a business owner. Same for you. You could be a business owner. You could be a mother. You could be, I don't know, whatever you are. We're all busy. I know that. We're all busy. We're all working. We're all just trying to live our life. And sometimes I think that we imagine this manifestation process to be so magical, which most of the time it is. Okay. But let's be so for real with ourselves today. Today is like kind of a reality check. We've been building this. If you guys have watched the past 2 videos, podcast episodes, there is this new environment that's coming, this change, all the things. What are we to do? We are to ground in ourselves, ground in our body, connect in the body. It's not right now so much get outside of the body. And sometimes grounding into the body for me looks like putting some practical systems into place, right? And that's even in terms with moving my body. Consistency helps our nervous system feel more regulated because we have a little bit of an idea of what's coming next. Like we know, our body knows, oh, okay, good. She's going to take care of me. That's like I always like to use diet as a metaphor because we all eat and we all kind of know. But if you are constantly all over the place with your diet, right? You're like starving yourself for 2 days and then the next day you like eat everything and you're back and forth, your body starts going, is she going to feed me? I don't really know. So maybe I'll hold on, right? Because there's no consistency and the body just doesn't really ever know what's coming next, right? That's why, we're supposed to eat and nourish and take really good care of our body every day. So our body knows what's coming next. So it's the same thing with everything in our life, right? I think food is such a good kind of indicator of just taking care of your body, nourishing your body, because we're also here to nourish our life. We're here to be in this life and nourish our life with juicy goodness and to be present and to enjoy the human experience, right? And so that's the first thing. There is a container that's just kind of everything's retaking shape, retaking form. And while we know this environment shape shifting situation is happening, right? Where things are shaking and moving, let's be so honest with ourselves, do a little audit. I am a forever. I think the most intuitive thing you can do is just look at everything as data. There is no judgment. It is not right. It is not wrong. But get your little journal out and be like, what is something that I know I should do, but I've just kind of been avoiding or willy nilly or just haven't put a lot of intention? Most of the time it's accidental. For me, I avoid it sometimes because it seems like it's going to be hard, or I'm like, oh, do I know all the answers for the attorney, or am I going to have to look this up? Is this going to take me a long time? Like, whatever. And then I sit down and do it. And I'm like, that wasn't a big deal. It's never as bad as we make it seem. So whatever it is that you're avoiding right now, there is a call to action that's coming through the pipelines. Okay. So tonight you're going to sit down and do a little life audit one more time. Where's all my energy going? Where is it flowing for all of these things, these hopes and dreams and wishes that I am blessing my visualization practices with? Okay. Do I have any systems, habits, anything to support myself in this moment? And if no, that's okay. Write some out, connect with your higher self. Lots of people love the whole put your dream life in ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT create a schedule for you. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you do it. There's plenty of ways to do it. But that is your call to action today. There is a container. And for me, it's like, I just want the magical project to fall into my lap and be like, goody, hooray. And sometimes the universe is like, bitch, you got to email the attorney. You got to pay all the bills. You got to pay your taxes. You got to do some of this so that those things can be taken out of your energetic space. Or, yeah, you're making energetic space for the next step to come in because you're taking that off your plate. How about that? Taking it off your plate. So sometimes I love to get lost in the whimsical, magical essence of everything. But today is feeling like a little bit more of a smack in the face of like, girl, there's some things that you need to do. Quit avoiding them. We are not avoiding. Okay. I always say that is weak bitch energy. And we are strong warrior goddesses over here. Okay. You are strong. You've done hard things. And most of the stuff right now that I'm talking about, it's not that hard. It's just our brain is kind of like, I don't really know. It's a new task or something we haven't done before. That's good. Our brain needs to learn. It's just our brain naturally wants to conserve energy. So if it's something outside of our basic neural pathways that have already been formed, we're like, nah, I'm good. Next. Today's the day. This is your push. Okay. As you leave this podcast, I want you to do one thing that you've been needing to do. And even if you can't do the whole thing, so you're like, oh, well, it's like a big ask, create a plan. Give yourself a couple of steps, 3 steps only. Just start there. Be realistic, but be honest with yourself. There is a container that's missing from your life, and that consistency and that structure, it doesn't have to be rigid. It doesn't have to be anything. It's just like kind of letting yourself know, like, hey, I'm making space for this project to come in. Hey, body, I'm going to feed you. You're going to get another meal. Relax. No stress. No stress. I'm taking care of you, right? We're taking care of our present self from our future self. Everybody is taking care. Okay. So that moves me into our next little phase, which is kind of in alignment with spring, I would imagine, because yesterday I had been absolutely glued to my computer the last 2 days, getting caught up on work and editing things, editing the podcast, pulling little promo clips, and just focusing on one aspect of social media, batching content. It typically ends up taking me all day. And that doesn't even account for like all the TikTok and everything, but you get it. My eyeballs were pounding. That's why today I'm wearing my little glasses. If you guys catch me on YouTube, I've got on my professor glasses because I do have just sensitive eyes staring at screens sometimes. So Austin comes in at lunch because he works from home too, but we really don't interact much during the day. But he was like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And I was like, I also am feeling like I'm going to turn into, I don't know, dust. My eyeballs might fall onto the floor if I don't take a break. And it's a beautiful day today, beautiful day yesterday. And it's not too hot yet in Florida. So it's like, I really told myself, Anna Grace, you've got to enjoy this. Don't rot in your hole. Like, get outside. Even if you can take some phone calls outside, like, this is the time before it's just so hot. So I told Austin, I was like, well, let's go grab lunch. Like, let's just go somewhere We have a scooter, a little Vespa. Her name is Tallulah. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that. Maybe I have, but we were like, let's take Tallulah and we're going to go grab a little burrito for lunch. Okay. Something healthy. There's a healthy spot that we love. And I'm on the scooter. I'm getting some sunshine. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is such dopamine. Austin drives a scooter. I do not. I ride on the back like a little puppy dog. I'm not, I cannot be responsible for driving us. But I'm on the back just thinking, wow, this is what life is about. Just getting outside, being present, and actually, spending time with my husband and people in my life. Sometimes it's easy to get sucked into the digital reality that we have created. And we were passing a sign. I didn't bring my phone because I was like, I'm not looking at my phone. If it's in my hand, it's too hard for me to not look at it sometimes. So I have to physically remove it from my body and just hide it or leave it behind. And so we're passing the sign. I'm like looking at everything. I'm just really trying. That's another practice that I do. If I'm trying to be present, I literally open my eyes and just like look at my surroundings, take them in, take note. I'm just kind of immersing myself in this experience because it helps me stay grounded in the present moment versus, getting lost in thought and disassociation. So I'm reading all the signs and there's all these like kooky little like murals and sayings. And I don't know, this one just kind of jumped out at me and it said, live a life you would want to relive. That was the sign, the little saying. Maybe this is like a cliche. I don't know. I haven't seen that as a sign hung around a lot. And it just got me thinking, like, that's an interesting thought. Like, if I were to do this all again, would I do everything the exact same? And it really got me thinking, there's definitely times in my life where I wish I had handled things differently, or I wish I hadn't been in that situation, or I wish someone had told me blah, 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 blah. I kind of just got into that. It was like, it just was an interesting statement that had me playing in the innards of my brain. Like, would I redo everything the same? Would I relive this life? And I started thinking, you know what? All of the bad, fucked up, weird situations that I've gotten myself into, whether it was like horrible health or I don't know, relationships or, going back to your toxic ex, whatever. All of the stuff that you look back and you're like, why did I do that? Come on, I know better. Yeah, of course, we know better now. But I thought, you know what? All of those moments are the shit. Okay. That's like the dog shit. And you know me, I'm in my gardening era. Okay. If you've been following me on Instagram, I'm talking a lot about my herb garden because I'm fighting for my life to keep all 50 plants in my house alive. I'm doing a pretty good job, but I have had a few casualties here and there. And it's a learning curve. Okay. One, she plants 4 plants and she's a master gardener. But I started thinking, you know what? The shit, the dog shit or whatever the shit is in your life, the literal poop that you're like, that was poop. That whole situation turned out to be poop. That is our fertilizer. Okay. Everybody stay with me. That's our fertilizer. And think of all the good stuff that comes from the shit. All the like absolute terrible things. Sorry, I'm saying shit so much, but like it just poop. I don't know which is worse. But all of those things, you would have just continued on blindly down some just wild path if you didn't have that swift little shitty moment. So maybe there's some shit going on in your life and you're like, this is some real shit. But that is the only way that we have the perfect little concoction of fertilizer for our beautiful flowers to grow. Okay. So wherever you are at, we're all going to take a moment and we're going to be grateful for some of those hard conversations or toxic partners or rock bottom moments. We're going to be grateful because it pivoted our path. And I am sure there is some wisdom that you gained that you have been able to teach others, help others, support others in some way that, yeah, you can be a resource. You can be this lighthouse beacon for them. You can create some way to support others, support yourself. I don't know. There is something beautiful, fruitful, fertile soil that comes from the shit. So I really started to think, if I were to relive this life, if tomorrow I woke up and started all over again, I don't know what I would change. I really don't. I don't know what I would change. And I don't really have too much else to say. I just thought it was a thought provoking imagery if you were to relive your life, because I think it allows us to go back and look at our life through this lens of, well, we already know it all worked out, right? We're here. We're still alive. We're doing okay. So we know it worked out. And it kind of gives me peace for the future knowing that, well, even if I get myself back into the shit, I know something good always ends up coming from it, even if it takes a long time. Hey, you know what? You plant a seed, you have a new idea. It's going to take a long time. Okay. It's not going to sprout tomorrow. We all just, have to sit back and go along for this ride. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my conclusion on, sorry, saying the shit so many times in your ears, your sweet little precious ears. But I just want you to know that you've done hard things, and goodness and more fertile soil or information or wisdom or something. Something comes from it, because everything is really just a learning lesson. And when we can take away some of that shame or fear or guilt, you are going to get through it. You're going to get to the other side. You've already done hard things. You can trust yourself. You can trust yourself. You know everything more than anybody else on this whole entire planet, because you know your higher self, you know your body, you know your intuition. And again, I'm not saying you can't look around at other people and be inspired by them or motivated by them, but they are not you. You got to remember, their programming, they have a specific mission. Okay. And it's their mission. You have a specific mission and it's their mission. I used to get so like wanting to encourage people to do all the things that I do all the time. And now I'm in my era. This is like my favorite thing to say. And I really hope it doesn't sound jerky, like a jerk. Like, I'm not trying to sound a jerk, but like I keep saying, like, respectfully, I don't care. Like, respectfully, I don't care, in the sense of like when people come to me and they're like wanting to explain themselves to me or try to convince me of something or this or that. And I know it's all coming from a place of just everyone wants to be understood, right? I want to be understood. People are not going to understand me. I am a different cat. Okay. I'm not for everyone, but I've accepted that. And that is something that has been so freeing, is like whenever people like want to talk about other people or like what they're doing or like this or that, I'm just like, or literally basically anything. I keep going like, respectfully, I don't care. Like, I feel like in the beginning when I started this podcast, people always wanted to be like, oh, I'm really interested in the Akashic Records and what you're talking about. But I was actually raised in the church and like religion and like da 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 da. And I'm always like, I just want to stop you right there. Respectfully, with all the love in my heart, I don't care. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I'm so happy for you. Like, whatever brings you happiness and peace and joy, I am so happy for you. I will never convince you to live the life that I live. I will never make you do anything. Like, I really want that saying to come across with so much love, because like, I do not judge. I do not judge. We have all gone through the shit, okay? And we're all just looking for a little slice of happiness and peace, okay? So that's kind of the era that I've been in. And I just, maybe I should put that on a t-shirt. Like, respectfully, I don't care. Like, I feel like nowadays everyone is so easily offended and upset and all the things, and I am not. If you met me in person and you wanted to tell me some wild crazy story, I will just meet you there. And I don't care what it's about. I will hold space and I will respect you, because that's a part of your story. So it's just kind of going back to that, your mission is unique to you and nobody else can tell you the answers except for you and your higher self and your angels, God, Jesus, love, whatever, universe, unicorn, fairies, mermaids, whoever brings you peace and happiness. I don't care. I'm so happy for you. I just want you to feel that. That's why I'm like, I will show up every single day and share what's going on in my life and hope that maybe it just sparks something. But you never have to do all the things that I'm doing, and we're all on our own unique path. So I'm just saying, right now it feels like there's a little bit of an energy leakage collectively, and that leakage is always looking to other people and like, what are they doing and how are they doing it, and they did it so fast, and it's so easy to fall into those traps of, oh no, I need to be doing more. That's my struggle, is like, oh, I could always be doing more, because like, look at all this stuff everybody around me is doing all the time. You're not here to be just doing more just for the sake of doing more. You're here to be intentional with your time and energy, and to respect yourself, and to know that you are worthy of all of these manifestations right now. You do not have to every single day wake up and take a hammer to the innards of your soul and just beat all of these things, like work on ourselves. You are worthy now. You're going to stand up straight. Everybody with me. Posture up, neck back. We're all turning into to little critters crouched over our phones, right? We're all going to, I'm guilty too. We're all going to put our shoulders back, our head held high. And your new mantra is, I trust myself. I trust myself. I am free. I am free. Something about that mantra, it just gets me right. I am free. I am free from all of the narratives around me, all the noise around me. I am free to listen to my own intuition. I am free to make choices that are best for me. I am free. I don't have to absorb so much from other people around me, even though whatever they say, I'm not saying like, fuck everyone around us. They are coming from a place of love. They want to help you. But you just got to remember that whatever worked for them was their sacred mission. It's supporting them and their programming and their algorithms. And ours just are a little different. That's why it's like, I don't get frustrated whenever people have differences or judgments or I'm not for them or this or that. I'm like, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Some people are meant to misunderstand you. That's your sacred agreement. That's your contract, is that they're going to be confused by you or thrown off by you because that's an experience they're meant to have and you're meant to have, period. There is no reconciliation maybe that was ever designed to happen. Who knows? There's just gonna be some people that are like, the fuck? And that's your story and that's their story. And let's all just keep swimming instead of trying to change ourselves. Because I feel like when those contracts come into our life where people are thrown off or confused or gossip, blah, 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 it's like another call to how much more can you root into yourself in this moment? How much more can you stay true to yourself and your authenticity? How much more can you just dig into I am Anna Grace Newell, you are blank, insert your name. You are blank, insert your name, and I am free. Okay. I am free reminds me that I am free from everything. I am not bound to anything. There is no belief system. There is no thing. There is no vice that I am bound to, and neither are you. And even if you feel like you struggle with those things, you are not that. You are who you are. That's your name. That's who you are. And all these things around us are just things externally around us. We can always renegotiate our relationship with external factors and forces via our habit loops, via whatever systems we are setting up in our life. You are powerful. You are so powerful, and you really don't need anyone else to fix you or heal you. Yes, I love therapy and I love support and all the things that you need, but you are going to save you. Okay. I really, 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 really believe that you are going to save you. Okay. I just took you guys to church on that. I don't know. I went off way on a tangent. I have one little fun, happy story that I'm going to leave you guys with to remind you that it's still a magical, blissful, fairy paradise universe, because this is just funny. To me, it's funny. So, in terms of manifestation, so those are maybe a few previous conversations we've had are reasons maybe your manifestations have not come in yet. We've got to create a container. We've got to reevaluate our systems, our habits, our structures. And then ultimately, we can't be offended. We can't be angered by other people. We're not going to judge them. We're going to just stay so rooted in ourself, our authenticity, and remember our name and that we are free. We have free will. You are free. You are free to do whatever you want to do. And nobody is the boss of you except for you. Okay, that's a quick recap. Now going back into magical universe land. So at the beginning of, well, let's see, let me take it back. I guess it was technically last year, but kind of poured into this year. I don't know. Y'all know I don't know timelines. I don't know how old I am. I don't know what month or what year it is ever. So let's just make something up. Let's say this year, I started pinning a lot of photos. So I don't ever print out a vision board, and that's due to sheer laziness that I don't have a printer or access to a printer. I just started pinning things on my iPad on a private board. So I have like a little secret board, and I'll just call it like AG's future self or AG's higher self. I don't know. Every year it just kind of changes. And the Pinterest board just ebbs and flows. It'll just be like pictures that inspire me. They just bring excitement and inspiration into my life. And I'm a kind of a, I don't know, like a big picture manifestor. I don't get super detailed with my manifestations. I just kind of know like the outline. But some people really thrive with specific vision boards that they look at every single day. It's just kind of knowing yourself. But I will just go on Pinterest when I feel inspired and pen a few pens. So after I got engaged before my wedding, which was in October, I got engaged in October, married in October. I started pinning all of these photos of Drew Barrymore to my secret Pinterest board. Now, to give you backstory, am I a diehard Drew Barrymore fan? Not necessarily. I'm so tuned out of pop culture. I don't really know what's happening with anyone ever. Ever. Let me just be super clear with that. Not a big, don't really ever know what's going on in the world. However, when I was a child, I loved the movie Ever After. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's with Drew Barrymore. And there is a scene where she walks in, and it's kind of like a modern remake on Cinderella, but she walks into the ball. She's got these beautiful angel wings on with her outfit. That scene chemically altered my brain chemistry for the rest of my life. And so when I got married, as you guys know, I got married in my childhood home. I have tons of wedding highlights. If you're just discovering me, you can look at all my wedding stuff. It's saved to my Instagram, lots of posts. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the inspo for my reception look. Like when I come out, that's my like grand, this is my moment. Your wedding is kind of like your main character moment. And that photo was kind of the inspo. So I had my mom's wedding dress remade and I added wings to it, like fairy wings. I also had a fairy garden themed wedding. So like all of these pieces perfectly fell into place. So on my Pinterest board, I was pinning all of these photos of Drew Barrymore from Ever After because I loved the wings and the look that she was giving. And it was just like a really sweet childhood memory. My sister and I loved that movie and we always watched it together. Fast forward to last week, I get invited by MSC to their inaugural, this is the ship naming voyage. So we are the first people to ever get onto this ship. So they like put the name on the ship, which is World America. And there was all these celebrity endorsements, which I kind of knew, but I was just getting invited to come to the event and check out the ship and do a travel review. I'm kind of cosplaying as a travel influencer, which is really fun. But I love to travel. And I was like, oh, this is great. Well, like the day before, Austin's like, Drew Barrymore is going to be there, right? And I was like, what? No. Like, I knew Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom were celebrity partners for MSC, but like, I didn't think I would ever in my life, like, see, like, they would be there, I get on the cruise. I brought my mom. And Austin had to work. He couldn't come. And so my mom and I are on this cruise. The first thing that's happening is like Orlando Bloom is filming a commercial on the cruise ship, which like when you're on a cruise ship, I mean, you're like really in close quarters with people. So Orlando Bloom's filming a commercial and then we go to this naming ceremony. And I'm not kidding. I sit down and I look in front of me in the chair in front of me, a few rows. I wasn't like directly in front of me, but it was very close, like extremely close. It says Drew Barrymore. And I just had this moment where I'm like, this is comical in the sense that my vision board was working overtime. I was pinning all these photos of Drew Barrymore, never in my life being like, I hope I meet her someday. Like, that thought never crossed my mind. Okay. And it really didn't. I don't know, like, in what scenario I'd ever meet Drew Barrymore, but I love her. Oh, and in person, she was just a sweet, lovely soul. I mean, just cool, just a cool gal. It was just really fun to be in the presence of someone like she's an icon. She's been doing this since she was a wee little thing. Like, yeah. And she's just so graceful. And yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm literally breathing the air of Drew Barrymore right now. Okay. Yep. This is fucking crazy. Like, so I just want to remind you, this is something to put back in your ear holes, that whatever it is that you put on your vision board, I do not care how silly it feels to you, or maybe not silly, but like unrealistic. Nothing in this world is unrealistic. It's crazy. I literally basically touched Drew Barrymore after accidentally manifesting her into my reality because I pinned her on my Pinterest board so many times because I loved the look. I never in my life was like, oh, I'll meet her too. Y'all, that is crazy. That is crazy. And I really feel like that was the universe just showing me like anything is possible. Anything is possible. And also, nothing in this lifetime that we're like, oh my God, that'd be like so crazy, insane, blah, blah, blah. Nothing is like ever that big of a deal. Like, I just got invited to an event and it was so casual. And Drew Barrymore was there and Orlando Bloom and a couple other celebrities. But I was just like, wow, my vision board was vision boarding. She was working overtime. Drew, our queen, was just here in front of me. So I just want to remind you that even if you have a dream or a vision or something you're penning that you're like, this is crazy. Like, first of all, you don't have to tell anyone. And you don't have to explain to anyone at all. It's not crazy. Me telling people like, I'm going to meet Drew Barrymore someday would probably be like, okay, like when, how, where, why? Probably not. If I told people. Granted, I didn't even have that thought in my head, but it's like, You can't dream too big. You can't shoot too high. I am a normal gal from Tennessee. I don't have any celebrity connections that I from my family or past life or anything. I just have existed up into this point of my life and organically connected with people. I don't know. I don't know how it happens. That's why I'm saying, like, if it happens for me, it can happen to you. I live kind of in the middle of nowhere in Florida. Like, there's definitely no influencers. I have no influencer community around me. Like, it's just me out here. But I got invited to an event and just casually was breathing the same air as Drew Barrymore. So I just had to tell you guys that no manifestation is too crazy, too big, too bold, too bright, too out there. You are worthy of those manifestations now. I don't want you to continue to focus on, I have to do all this work to get ready for this, this, and this. You are ready now. You are ready now, and you're going to shift your focus to all the ways in which your life is going right, all the ways in which you are healthy and here and happy. And if even if you aren't feeling those emotions now, there is a version of you who is healthy, happy, healed, rich, whatever it is that you want to be. That version already exists. So just know that you are worthy. We're all going to shift our energy into all the ways that we are amazing and great and magical, instead of saying, I'll be ready when I overcome XYZ, this, and focusing and reinforcing all of these fears and things about ourselves that maybe we're just being really critical of. All of it can exist at once. But if we can shift our energy into the ways that everything about us is going right, and everything about us is connected to love, and everything about us is a perfect divine, I don't know, just a divine part of our soul, of our experience. And it's perfect. We're going to have stuff to work on throughout our whole entire life. That's like one last note I want to leave you with. Even in our relationships, we have to kind of have experiences so that we continue to learn and evolve and grow. If there was no shit, right, there'd be no fertile soil and probably no more flowers. So we kind of need it all. We need the rain, we need the storms, we need the good, we need the bad, we need the ugly. We need it all so that these cycles of nature just continue to perpetuate a version of us where we can grow taller and wider, and our roots spread and all of those things. It's all just a part of nature and our cycles of life, this death, rebirth, coming back. That's what spring is, right? It's kind of like a rebirth, this re-emergence of a new version of us, right? Every year. And it's fun. And every time we go through those experiences, let's take time to continue to get to know that new version of ourselves, because we at least, we're in this body. I am my own best friend. You are your own best friend. I'd like to be your best friend too. But we just got to continue to know ourselves just like anybody else in our life, just like our husband, wife, partner, whoever. It's like there is always going to be a re getting to know this new version of ourselves. And when we can see it through that lens, it's like, yeah, we're going to change and evolve, and everything's not going to be the same, and it's okay. And actually, it can get way better. Even if it's hard for a moment, it's to bring you into a deeper knowing and understanding of yourself and everyone around you. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. As always, thank you for coming to class. I think we might have 1 or 2 spots left on Bali at this exact moment. Not sure when you guys are going to catch this or listen to this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. As always, if you are interested in learning how to read the Akashic Records, I have that linked in the show notes. And I'm actually thinking about updating some of my intuition activation / intuition food courses. That's something that people seem to have some interest in. And yeah, I don't know. I think a couple of those are going to be revamped. But as for now, my How to Read the Akashic Records course, maybe in a few years I could update the process, but that one's pretty set. Like, that's how I access the information for this podcast and for myself. It's just my sacred process. And if I were to ever update it, by the way, just so you know, if you ever buy the course, the updates would automatically update inside the course. You will never have to buy it again. Yeah, because sometimes people are like, are you going to update it soon? I'm like, even if I do update it, which I haven't received any guidance to update, you will always have the updated, like, I will update the course. Like, if you guys buy my energetic protection or grounding or anything, I will always update it inside that program. I'll never be like, oh, here's a new one you have to buy. No, no, no. It will just get updated naturally. So those, those will be evergreen. Okay. I love you guys. I am proud of you. Go home, take notes, listen to this back, find some journaling prompts. You can do this. I love you. Thanks for coming to class. Mwah. Bye. As always, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. If you feel so called or if it feels aligned, I would love for you to leave me a review here. I always love reading your beautiful thoughts and messages. And also you can find me at Anna Grace Newell on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I will link all of my courses, AG University course curriculum in the show notes, along with if you're interested in booking an Akashic Records reading with me. My scheduling link goes out in my newsletter. It goes out once a month and it's completely free. I would love to have you there. As always, I'm a proud professor and you get an A+ for making it all the way through the end. Love you.